Good morning, all. Today, we are going to solve a numerical problem using our adaptive resonance theory based on neural networks. So, let us try to recall the architecture of your ART networks. It was consisting of three layers: your input layer, your input interface layer, and then your output layer. There was a reset layer that was making use of your vigilance parameter to decide upon whether a pattern should be matched to a particular output cluster or not. Now, the term resonance in your ART network is the state of network when a class of prototype vector very closely matches to the current input vector that leads to a state which permits learning. During this resonant state, the weight updation takes place. Or the resonance means the state in which the neural network can learn, can update its weights. And there were two kinds of weight. One was your upward weights, which were earlier denoted using matrix U, and your downwards weight, which were earlier denoted using D. Our input was denoted using I. But while solving the numerical example, uh, there is certain change, means just change in nomenclature only. Now, these upper weights are to be the bottom up weights, or you can say the upper weight UIJ will now be denoted by the term bottom up, means to say B of ij term will be used instead of your U of ij. And also uh, the term D of ij will be replaced using the top down. Top down means the term T. It will become T of ij. So logically the things remains the same. Now you can read them as that B stands for your bottom up weights and T stands for your top down weights. Now your I will become equal to X. Means earlier we were considering I, your input sample, in the form of I1, I2, I3 up to IN. Now we will consider it in the form of X, X1, X2, X3 up to Xn. Now these are some terminological changes we'll be following while solving the numerical for ART. Now let this be the problem statement. Here we have to construct an ART network for clustering 4 input vectors with low vigilance parameter, that is equal to 0.4, into 3 clusters. The 4 input vectors are 0001, 0101, 0011, and 1000. These are the 4 input vectors which are to be clustered in the form of 3 groups. And we can assume rest the parameters by ourselves. So just by looking at the problem, we have to be very clear about its architecture. So its architecture will be containing 4 number of neurons in the input layer. Why? Because the input vectors are distributed over 4 number of features, 4 number of dimensions. And your input interface layer will also contain 4 number of neurons. And in the same way, we have to construct 3 clusters out of them. So our output layer will contain 3 clusters, means 3 neurons will be there in the output layer. So the connections are like this, that input layer connected with the input interface layer, 1:1. Then uh, our output layer connected with each neuron of the input interface layer by using our input vector, or you can say weight vector. Bottom up means B of ij, and in the same way the output clusters are also connected using downward weights or your top down weights, and those weights are named as your T. So these are your T edges, T of ij. Plus there will be a reset layer named as R. R will be there. Your input vectors will be connected to this, and your input interface layer neurons will also be connected to this layer. The input layer will be provided with the input samples, which are now in terms of x1 up to x4. So this is going to be your architecture for your ART1 network for this particular problem. I hope that all are able to understand this architecture. Just by looking at the problem, we can draw a structure. Now, the next task is to consider the other parameters. So in this case, we are provided with vigilance parameter that was equal to 0.4. Alpha is the learning rate we considered as equal to 2. N is the number of features of your input layer. M is the number of clusters to be formed. Your bottom up weights, or you can see your Bij matrix, is to be initialized using the formula 1 upon 1 plus n. So n in this case is equal to 4. So 1 upon 1 plus 4 is comes out to be 0.2. So your all B of ij matrix means all your weights from bottom to top, or you can say bottom up weights, are initialized with value equal to 0.2 each. And in the same way, your top down weights, as our output layer contains 3 neurons and our input interface layer contains our 4 neurons. So the Tij will be of dimension 3:4, containing 3 neurons and 3 rows and 4 columns. Let them initialized by 1, means 1 is assigned to each weight. Okay, now move to the next step. Means in the first step, we initialize the parameters with these values, and now move to the next step, that is step number 1. Start computation and pick up the first pattern that was equal to 0001. So we initiated by assigning this equal to 0, this equal to 1, this equal to 1, and this also equal to 1. So we activated the input layer. Further, we calculated the norm of your S vector, or norm of your input vector. So norm of your input vector will be containing this 0 plus value of second feature plus value of third feature plus value of fourth feature. It comes out to be equal to 1. Means it contains total 1 number of ones in the input layer. Now this activations further goes to your input interface layer, that is this one. Earlier it was equal to 0, 0. Now it becomes 000 and 1. Means 0 goes to this neuron, 0 goes to this neuron, 0 to this neuron, and 1 to the last one. So the input reaches here, and now we have to activate the output layer that was connected with your input interface layer. So just pick up the first neuron, this one. These are the bottom up weights and connected with your inputs. These are the input connections for this neuron. So just multiply the input features with the corresponding BI and obtain the multiplication result, and just repeat this calculation for all number of inputs, for all inputs, you can say. For this input as well, we will be calculating input multiplied by weight BI. For this input as well, multiply this by this weight, then third one, then fourth one, and add them all using this formula. We have to add them all. Just after addition of these four terms, we'll be getting the input at this first neuron. So let us try to calculate it. So the first neuron, we get 0.2 as the sum. Second neuron, this one, we get 0.2 as well, and on third one also we get 0.2 as well. So all three neurons in the output layer results in uh, 0.2 after activating the competition layer. Now we have to find the winner out of the output clusters available with us. Each of the output cluster resulted in value that is equal to 0.2. All are equal. So by convention, we can declare only one winner at a time. And j is equal to 1 being the smallest index is considered when there are more than one number of neurons having equal output. So the one with the minimal index will be chosen as your winner cluster. So first cluster is going to be declared as winner. It is the winner cluster. So if first cluster is winner, the next step is to calculate uh, ith vector, or you can say updated ith vector at your interface layer. So the process for calculating this ith vector is to multiply the corresponding input with your top-down weights corresponding to that edge. Means to say, we have to consider the dth column and along with your input vector that was initially coming from the input layer. So for this case, for the first pattern, the input was this 0001, and the weights associated with, or you can say for uh, d of 1, you may say, and that when cluster number 1 is winner, then the weights connected to the first cluster and which are downwards or top down metrics are to be found. So the weights connected between the first cluster unit and all your input interface layer neurons are to be found. Now these weights were earlier given, were earlier represented using your matrix D, or you can say T of J, and this is your first neuron weight, first neuron of your output layers weights. It was representing your T of 1 1, it was representing 1 2, it was 1 3 and 1 4. So these weights are to be considered. Now consider these weights and your input vector to update, or you can say to find the new input vector x of 1. If we multiply these two vectors, we'll be obtaining this one 0001. So this is our new vector. The next step is to calculate the norm of this vector. So we calculated the norm of x just by adding all the bits, all the ones and zeros present in your new x. And after calculating this norm, we have to find the division of your x with the sum of your input. So uh, divide norm of x by norm of your input sample. It comes out to be 1 upon 1 equal to 1 upon 0, and our vigilance parameter was set to be equal to 0.4, 0.4 it was, and the similarity that we have just achieved is equal to 1.0. So your similarity achieved is greater than the desired one. It means it is in the resonant state. Resonant state means we have to update, we have to start learning the weights. We have to start learning the weights. For learning, as we know that cluster number 1 was our winner cluster, we have to update all the bottom up weights and all top down weights which were there and connected with neuron number 1 of your output layer. So Try to update the weights using this equation. All the terms required are very well known. Alpha is equal to 2, xi we already know, alpha is already known, and x the norm we already know this. So first of all, try to update weight number b of 1 1 means weight connected between the input interface layer neuron number 1 to output layer neuron number 1 means b of 1 1 will be updated by considering alpha is equal to 2 and your input value x of I means the first feature value was equal to 0 and then alpha was 2 then 1 then norm was equal to 1. So just by putting these values the updated weights come out to be 1 sorry equal to 0. Now try to update weight number b of 2 1 means weight between neuron number 1 of your output layer and neuron number 2 of your input interface layer. It will also be updated using the same mechanism means 2 for alpha 0 as the second value of your input vector or second feature is equal to 0 and then just by evaluating or just by putting further terms out here we obtain it is equal to 0. Actually, this one comes just by directly putting this 2 minus 1 to be equal to 1. Now consider updating 3 of 1 and after that consider updating b of 4 1. b of 4 1 means the bottom up weight connecting neuron number 1 and neuron number 4 of your input interface layer. So the fourth feature has value equal to 1. What was our first sample? That was equal to 0, 0, 0 and 1. So the fourth feature was 1 and rest equation remains the same and it comes out to be equal to 1. So these are all four values of your updated weights. Just put them in your matrix B. So it was representing the weight vector for cluster number 1 of your output layer. So we just placed these all calculated values out here and your bottom up weight matrix is modified. Now it is time for updating your top down weights. Top down weight matrix is modified using this equation means your uh, input interface vector, that is we have just calculated by multiplication of input and multiplication of your top down weights is going to act your new input interface vector. So we have just calculated this x that was equal to 0001. So we will be just replacing the first row using these four calculated values. So this will be becoming t vector t uh, of 1 1, t of 1 2, t of 1 3, t of 1 4. In this way, we have updated our top down weights and bottom up weights for our winning cluster. This completes the clustering of our first pattern. Now go to the second pattern, pick it as equal to 0 1 and 0 1. Activate the first layer, that is input layer, uh, by following that s is equal to 0 1 and 0 1. uh, Calculate the norm of s, means when s is represented to this then s will become 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 equal to 2. Now we are at input interface layer where all the input neurons are having inputs I1 equal to 0, I2 equal to 1, I3 equal to 0, I4 equal to 1. The next step is to calculate the input at each output neuron. So this is calculated using this equation, input multiplied by your bottom up weights, and these comes out to be y1 equal to 1, means this one equal to 1, y2 equal to 0.4, this equal to 0.4, y2 is equal to 0.4, y3 is equal to again 0.4. So we calculated the sum at each output unit, each output cluster unit. As it can be clearly seen that a neuron number 1 or cluster number 1 of the output layer is again the winner. It means we have to follow the next process of finding the modified value of x at input interface layer, which will be calculated by multiplication of your input with your bottom up weights, sorry, with your top down weights. So multiply your top down weights corresponding to this cluster number 1 with your input features and obtain the modified x, which is done here. Multiply your input and your top down weights and obtain the new input vector, that is equal to 000 and 1. Now find norm of this by adding all the bits contained within x. It comes out to be equal to 1. Next step is to find the division value of x upon I, x upon sorry s. So it comes out to be 1 upon 2 equal to 0.5. Now the vigilance parameter was set to be equal to 0.4. 0.5 is greater than 0.4. It means it has achieved the minimal similarity that was being mentioned using the vigilance parameter. Or you can say that now our neural network, our ART network is in resonant state. Resonant means we have to start the learning process. Now we have to update the weights. We need to update the weights. So weights corresponding to the cluster number 1 for B, or you can say bottom up, and for D means T, top down. These both weights have to be updated using the same equation, which is done here. So we need to update weights using this equation. B of 1 comes out to be this, B of 2 comes out to be this, and again in the same way calculate B of 3 B of 4 also. And now as our first cluster was again winner, so this column is again to be modified and will become equal to the new x that we have just achieved by multiplying input with your top down vector. So these two uh, actually this was this, so this was changed in your bottom up weights, and your first row was changed in your top down weights. So these two entries are changed, these two vectors are changed for pursuit of your weight updation, for pursuit of your learning. Now this will become your new matrices for bottom up and top down weights. We will go to the third pattern, and again we will repeat the same process. We'll be applying it at the input layer, that will further go to the input interface layer, and after going to the input interface layer, the sum at each output cluster will be calculated. After calculation, we'll be selecting the winner cluster. If winner cluster generates a similarity value which is greater than your vigilance parameter, then we have to update the bottom up as well as top down weights associated with that winning neuron. Otherwise we will be discarding that neuron and will pursue with the leftover neurons. Again the same cycle will repeat. Suppose for a particular pattern P, if all the output clusters are discarded, then we can directly say, we can clearly say that this pattern do not satisfy our minimal similarity criteria given by our vigilance parameter, hence it cannot be clusters, it cannot be clustered using the present number of clusters. Some new clusters are to be maintained, or some more things are to be performed for clustering this. We repeat the process until a specific number of epochs are not completed, or some intercluster distances, the average intercluster sample distances, or your average uh, intra-cluster distances have not achieved the values desired. In other ways, the inter-cluster distances are to be maximized while your intra-cluster distances are to be minimized, So once these conditions are achieved, or you have reached the maximum number of epochs, you can just stop learning and can say that our IRT network is now ready to be used. So it completes the numerical part for ART1 networks. That's all. Thank you very much.